Greetings, Globe Gang. It's Maiysha coming to you from the Globe's Beauty Closet, where we gloss, we floss, and we boss. And it's not the glossiest time in America right now. I don't really know how else to say that. It's been surreal, honestly, watching America wake up to its systemic racism in real time. Maybe I'm alone in that feeling. I don't think I am. But across industries, we've been seeing this reckoning taking place. And so when I saw supermodel Joan Smalls read a very heartfelt open letter in which she detailed the microaggressions, the marginalization, and just outright discrimination that she and others have experienced within the industry, I deeply related. I've worked 20 years in the fashion industry myself. I'm a former model, and the issues are systemic and they are real and they echo the larger issues we're seeing across America. But Joan has interestingly taken it one step further. She took a one-day initiative called Donate My Wage, which was launched by the music industry in Nashville, and she has turned it into a full-blown initiative in which she really challenges industry leaders to put up more than black boxes. And she kicked it off by committing 50% of her remaining 2020 salary to racial and social justice organizations. And obviously that's more than most of us are going to be able to do, but I had to know more. And so Joan graciously agreed to speak with us about Donate My Wage and about why representation matters in every industry. I saw the video that you posted with your open letter, and I was personally really moved by it for a couple of reasons. I think, first of all, obviously, this moment has proven really emotional and pivotal for all of us. But also, as like a former model myself, like I felt that vulnerability in that moment. And I know that, you know, even at your level, I mean, you're one of the supers, so, you know, you've got contracts and things like that. I know how incredibly vulnerable it is to put yourself in that position with the industry. And as a Black model, and as a Black and Latina model, in your case, you're already marginalized. So why was it so important for you to speak out about that and take that risk?
It was important because, you know, being on lockdown and just like the rest of the world, you start reflecting on what you can do as an individual. And as a concerned citizen, it's like you feel helpless at times. So you start reflecting on different aspects of your life, and that being my career, which is one of the most important ones, you know, you start thinking about what can I do to use my platform to help this movement, and how can my industry as well help? Not just, you know, do a post or two or say, oh yeah, we feel your pain, but like actually be the voice that we need you to be. So that's what made me speak up about it. And this was just the perfect timing because everyone's eyes and ears are paying attention to this matter.
Well, yeah, you aired that after Blackout Tuesday, which I think, you know, had some mixed reactions. You know, I mean, on one hand, there was this enormous outpouring of solidarity, and that was gratifying. But I think a lot of us, myself included, you know, we were kind of like, so is that it? You know, is this your big statement? This is what you're going to do? So you really challenged the industry to kind of put their money and their resources where their black boxes were, right? Where it really matters. And IMG, your home agency, instantly kind of like met the challenge. What other responses have you received since kind of making this big challenge to the industry?
I was met with overwhelmed support from, you know, photographers, designers, editors, and people within the industry and friends, because it's funny, right? Because it's like you're basically calling out an industry for its limitations, but at the same time, which was why it was so important to me to also highlight the people who actually supported my career, because without them, I wouldn't have gotten to this place where I have a voice where I can speak up and people actually pay attention. So I did see that support, and yeah, so there's a couple things in the works that's happening at the moment, so I'm excited about that. And you know, it goes to show that you can speak your truth, and whoever believes in you can write it along with you. If not, then people show who they truly are. And I don't think this is a political issue. This is just about your own moral compass, and how we can be equals in any industry.
Now, obviously, you are a top model, and I don't care who you are, 50% of your income is a substantial amount. Why was it important for you to make such a huge commitment? And especially when really it should be everybody else kind of making that commitment. But why did you want to do that?
I just, it just comes in hand in hand, whereas like I speak my truth, and if I'm gonna say my experiences and I'm gonna like basically bitch and complain about something, I want to like lead by example. And if I am a single individual that can take that sacrifice, as a company and a corporation so big, you can also help. So I think that was my whole purpose of making it such a huge like a little tidal wave, so that it can continue.
Yes.
Because I believe like in order to make this movement continue, like it has to have a tangible effect. And in order to do that, like it needs to be funded. And these are the people who are actually making strides in society. So therefore they're gonna have to need our support ongoing. It's not just a single post. That's why I said for the rest of 2020, and hopefully within that year I continue to grow the website and figure out different angles of how to make the industry better and make it more truly inclusive.
I was looking at another story about how Law Roach and Lacey Redway and a few other people have put together their own coalition of Black stylists and creatives. And you had said that you were going to also be curating your own list of people. Why is that something that you want to do, and how are you planning to kind of like execute that plan as well?
The reasoning for that is because, I believe and I know that we are so talented outside of just what you see, like the magazine is just the final product, but the team behind is also very creative. And I have a lot of friends within the industry that they've had a lot of roadblocks. I've had mine, but my God, they've had theirs as too. So I understand where that's coming from. So I want to highlight them as well. I think that's where the growth comes from inside out. So basically I want to curate a team from hair, makeup, styling, photographers that I come across, that word of mouth, people who work with them, and basically kind of integrate it to jobs that I'm a part of. If I can get one or two person in that team, then I'm doing my part to have a conversation with brands and say, okay, on top of you hiring me, can you also match my donation that I'm giving? And can you also hire someone within that team that the room looks more eclectic? Is not just an assistant. Is just people in important positions that can make a difference, and they also can grow their resume. The more people are talking about it and the more uncomfortable conversations we have, that's when change is actually created.